You know what I realized recently? If I'm being honest, it was never about the game. For years I thought it was. I thought what I missed were those hours in front of the screen. But no, what I really miss is something much more valuable. Something no game, no matter how good, can give me back. The other day, on my way home from work, I got on the bus and saw a kid sitting in front of me, hunched over his phone, headphones on, laughing to himself. And suddenly, a memory hit me. One of those that show up without warning. I remembered when I used to do the same thing with my friends, entire nights like that. And that's when I understood something that stayed with me for a long time. I don't miss the games. I miss something else. Because think about it, the games are always there. They go in and out of style. New ones appear. The graphics get better. But that's not what sticks in your memory. What really stays are those endless conversations at 3 in the morning when nobody was sleepy anymore, and the match was basically an excuse to keep talking. The laughter blending with the sound of the keyboard. The conversations that started as a joke and suddenly became deep, almost philosophical. As if for a moment we forgot about everything else. Over time, I understood that what I remembered so nostalgically wasn't on the screen. It was with my friends, with those voices on the other end that made the nights feel endless. And I won't lie, for a long time, I convinced myself that what I missed were the matches. That I missed the maps, the battles, the challenges, the hours spent improving or trying to win. I thought it was the game that had meant something to me. I tried going back to play, downloading the same things, joining new servers, but it wasn't the same. I realized I could have the same maps, the same missions, even better graphics, but the feeling was never the same. But then I understood something. When I think about those nights, I don't remember the game mechanics, the stats, or even the victories. Number. What comes to mind are other things, the voices in my headset, the laughter mixed with the keyboard clicking, the click, click, click of the mouse in the middle of the night. Hold on, I'm gonna get some water, followed by everyone swearing because the match had already started. That's what stayed with me. That's what I truly miss. Those nights felt infinite. We'd start at 10 p.m. saying, just a couple rounds. And suddenly, it was 5 a.m. The sky outside was starting to brighten, and you were still there, red-eyed, laughing like an idiot. And the crazy thing was that the game was just the excuse, because between match and match, that's when the best moments happened. The talks. At first they were just nonsense. Stupid jokes, memes, dumb arguments, because someone messed up and made the team lose. But as the hours passed, the conversation changed. By 3 or 4 a.m., when tiredness loosened everyone's defenses, suddenly deeper things came out. We opened up. We talked about fears, dreams, things we would have never said face to face in the daytime. It felt like a safe space, a place where nothing was off limits, where you could say what you felt without fear of being mocked. Those nights weren't wasted time in front of a screen. They were pieces of life shared with people who, today, I can say were my real friends. Eventually I realized it was never the game that mattered. The game was a bridge, an excuse to be together, to laugh, to share things we might have never said otherwise. And now that I look back, I think How crazy that something as simple as a game brought us together so much. Because from the outside, people probably thought they're wasting time just gaming all night. But we knew it was more than that. It was belonging. It was knowing that for a few hours you weren't alone. That there was always someone on the other side, ready to listen, to laugh with you, to keep you company for another night. And that's worth more than any win inside the game. Of course, time passes. Life goes on. Everyone went their own way. Some stopped playing, others continued. Some don't even have time to turn on their PC anymore. And little by little, those nights faded. There wasn't an exact moment where we said, "This is it." It just happened. One day we realized we weren't all there anymore. That someone was logging off earlier. That another wasn't logging in at all. That the conversations were getting shorter and shorter. And it felt like losing something huge. Like a piece of my youth slipped away without me noticing. And that's when I understood the truth. It was never the games I missed. Never the matches. Never the hours in front of the screen. What I miss is them. My friends. That group who made every night worth it. Who turned a simple game into one of the most meaningful memories of my life. Today, when I think about those days, I realize something very simple. The best memories were never on the screen. They were in the laughter, the talks, the voices that kept me company every night. They were with them. And even though I know we'll never experience it the same way again, what I'm left with is the certainty that those moments existed, that they were real, and that they'll stay with me forever. Because in the end, it was never about the matches. It was always us. It was always my friends,